You know, for the longest time, I used to dislike Taylor Swift. You used to dislike Taylor Swift? Yeah. But then I had to shake it off. No comment.
Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, and we are finally at the tail end of our Transformers Combiner Wars Devastator saga with none other than the Mixer himself, Mixmaster. Here he is in his very odd-looking cement truck mode. It kind of looks like a backwards cement truck, but it's still pretty cool, and personally, he is my favorite out of all 6. I don't know why, but he is my personal favorite. And like all the other Constructicons, he is a bright neon green with purple all around, a big old purple cement mixer right on top, with some silver right here for the fuel tank, as well as some silver right here for the smokestacks. And like all the others, light purple paint for the front windshield, as well as the side door windows, and silver right up front for what I'm assuming is the grille, maybe? And I like the ladder detail right here, that's really cool. He does have clip-on wheels. They're painted in black. They feel like they roll pretty well, but they scrape too much on the inner plastic. Oh well. But he doesn't have any trouble rolling, thankfully. And that's his entire body on the bottom. You can see his fists. They're pretty visible, but thankfully on the side, they're pretty well concealed. I mean, you can see it if you look at the top, but if you look at it from the side, no biggie. You can't even tell that they're fists. It just looks like another part of the truck, so I appreciate that. Alright, now let's get Mixie transformed. I'm going to call him Mixie from now on. So the first thing you're going to do is untap the forearms. And then you're going to bring out the shoulders like so. Whoop. The shoulders are very tight on mine. Untap the cement mixer from the rooftop. And then the entire cab section is going to rotate down. They'll become his legs. Untap the legs. And you're pretty much done. All that's left to do is bring this back. His head is inside, so just rotate it out. Close it up, and there you go. There's Mixmaster in his robot mode. Simple, very easy, not much to it. I mean, maybe that's why he's my favorite, because he is the easiest to transform. And in my honest opinion, I think he looks the coolest. He's got a big old cement mixer just hanging off of his derriere, but who cares? I love this figure. I don't know what it is about him. I just really, really love him. So let's take a look at all of his details. Now, I know I've been saying all the Constructicons have a very similar head sculpt where their heads are more square or more rectangular with the exception of Long Haul, but Mixmaster has a very different head sculpt. His looks more like it's in the shape of a Decepticon insignia. Maybe that's why he's my favorite, because his head sculpt is also my favorite. I mean, I love the way it looks. I mean, you can't deny that is a really cool looking head sculpt. Lots of molded in detailing to resemble the Decepticon insignia. It looks like he's got red eyes or maybe burgundy. I want to say they're red, but they do look burgundy on camera. Silver for his face. What I find most interesting is he has this look on his face, almost like if he's displeased with something. But it also kind of looks like if he's angry, you know, like if he's gritting his teeth. I don't know, there's more expression in him. Like I said, I love him. I love the face sculpting. It looks amazing, and the head sculpt too. I can't get enough of it. Nice detailing right there for the top of his head as well. These thingies, which are G1 accurate. And he's got some nice molded in detailing right there for his chest. Some mechanical works as well, and red right there. Silver for the abdomen with a nice big old Decepticon insignia. And of course, purple and green all around. You know, everything we saw in the vehicle mode becomes a part of his robot mode, including, yeah, that awkward piece. Imagine you're walking around town with that big old thing hanging off your butt, and you're just walking around going like, I gotta get rid of all this junk in the trunk. And now for articulation. His arms can do a full 360-degree spin. He's got a little more than 90 degrees of an elbow bend. He can kick forward, kick you in the face. He can kind of kick back. His butt gets in the way, but you just have to angle his leg out a bit. He can do a full split, and he won't feel any pain at the crotch because his butt will save him from the pain. He also has an ankle tilt as well. And his head can do a full 360-degree spin. You really have to get in there to spin his head because of this thing right here, but it's doable. And his head can also rock side to side and up and down if you want. Here is the entire team ready to roll out and combine together to form the almighty Devastator. Devastator's legs, Devastator's head, Devastator's arms, and Devastator's torso and crotch. I wasn't kidding when I said I was going to need a bigger table, because look at these guys. They all look fantastic together. Hopefully one day I'll get a bigger table. And here's how Mixmaster looks with the Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Mixmaster. They're both Voyagers, but I'll admit this one looks a little bit bigger. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. Oh man, does this set look amazing. If only I had 2 sets so that way I'd be able to display 1 set in robot mode and 1 set in Devastator mode. And maybe a 3rd set just to keep them in their vehicle modes, but then I'd have no room for any of them, so... And once again, here is Mixmaster with the Revenge of the Fallen Studio Series Mixmaster, the original and the new. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, there's Mixmaster himself. Now I personally... Shoot her! Shoot her already! Shoot her!
You see? This is what I was trying to warn you about all along. You were so concerned with whether or not you could, you didn't stop to think if you should. Hey! You're okay! Yeah, just barely.
And there you have him, ladies and gentlemen, our final Constructicon Mixmaster himself. He is my personal favorite of all 6. Sure, he's got little tiny stubby arms and big old chunky legs and a humongous cement mixer hanging off of his butt, but even though it's kind of cliche for me to say it at this point, I do not display my figures facing the wall. I only care about how they look up front. And boy, does this figure look super cool. I mean, he's very simple to transform, and he is tons of fun. And if he were a standalone figure, I would highly recommend picking him up. I mean, he's not perfect, but there is no such thing as a perfect action figure. If you love him, pick him up, and you should, because he comes with all 6 anyway. Now, before I get into the combination for Devastator, I'm going to have to make a new video for Long Haul. That video is gone, it's deleted, so I'm going to do my absolute best to make a new one and make it as close to the original as possible. Be patient with me, guys. I'm trying, I really am. So, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Till all are one.